I think it was the last episode a couple days ago. I think someone said they didn't like "Sweet Child of Mine." I was like, "What's the matter with you?"
That was me.
Song.
That
was Dan.
Man. Oh, come on.
Welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I am joined by my good and today dancing friend and co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing today, my friend? What are you drinking?
Dan, I'm going to be honest. I needed this.
You really threw me through a loop. I butchered my intro just there. You're like, start dancing. There's no music happening in our ears right now. The listeners hear music because they hear the theme.
I'm dancing to the end edit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it. But Dan, I'm going to be honest. I needed this today. I'm excited to be with you. I think for my mental health, I'm going to be joining you more often on stream. We're going to be doing more episodes of this show. We're just going to be emphasizing this aspect of my life because it just makes me happy. So that's what we're doing.
It is a rough time. It's mentally just taxing these days.
Not for the next hour.
Yeah.
Not for the next hour.
We won't get into it. We won't get into it.
Nope. And I'm drinking a Urban Tree Hard Cider, the Atlanta United Special. Go Five Stripes. That's
a cool can. It has, it's very Atlanta United
centric
branded. Yes, that's cool. Mm-hmm. What kind of cider is it?
Apple.
Oh,
hard. I don't know.
I think we all assume that much. Also, thanks for plugging the stream. Everyone be sure to follow me at Dapsauce on Twitch. We are joined this week, Preston, by someone more than any person we have ever met doing this show that has wanted to be a guest. No one has more desperately wanted to come on this show. So we are so thrilled to have him on. It's Friggin Nerd Mario from the Friggin Nerds podcast. Mario, how you doing, man?
Going on, boys? How is it going?
We are great. We're thrilled to have you finally, Mario. I felt bad because we met you kind of late in last season, and I know it became like an instant meme among the Friggin Nerds that Britt got to come on first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And and I know that hurt you to your soul, and you made it very clear you had to be the next Friggin Nerd on our show, and we were happy to oblige.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, Drafted Nation wanted this. This has been a long time coming. This is the WrestleMania main event of the Drafted podcast. Like, it's a slobber knocker, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes. All I gotta say, I'm gonna cut a hot promo real quick. Brent was the first guest from the Friggin Nerds crew to be on this show, but you know what I always say: first is the worst, second is the best. I'm ready to bring it. I'm ready to bring the heat. It's gonna be a hot show today. Good Lord, somebody cool me off.
Wow. Why don't you tell us what you're drinking this evening?
Oh man,
get you cooled off that way.
I'm glad you asked, man. Well, first of all, I'll show you guys my koozie. You guys can't see it, audio listeners. I have the Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA by El Segundo.
Oh my god,
koozie. Mario likes wrestling, folks. If you could not tell,
a little bit. So I got the koozie. But it's funny. I went to the liquor store today, and I was like, I got to get an El Segundo for the boys. I'm going to be on a Drafted podcast. I need to drink one. And my guy that I usually go to is like, Mario, I'm sorry, man. You cleaned me out. We're out of stock today. Stock comes in tomorrow.
That's not what you want to hear. That's not what you want to hear.
And I said, what the hell? I said, Steven, I got to be on a Drafted podcast today. I need an El Segundo Broken Skull IPA. What do you mean you don't have any in stock? Are you serious? So after getting hot with him for a few minutes, I said, all right, what else do you got? So we went with a local favorite here. Off air, we talked about the great state of Rhode Island and the town I live in, Bristol, Rhode Island. So this is a local brewery here in Bristol, 12 Guns Brewing over here in Bristol, Rhode Island. This is the Megalodon Blonde Ale. Very good, very tasty. And I'm about to crack it open.
Oh,
good crack.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers.
That is a cool can, I have to say. I thought Preston's can was cool. It really puts to shame.
Yeah, they get really nuts with the art. There's a lot of different, it's funny because actually there's a little Bristol landscape in the background. You can see Providence here. There's a big shark eating what looks like my grandfather's boat or something. So yeah, very, very cool stuff, man. So if you're ever in town, 12 Guns Brewing, Bristol, Rhode Island, that's a free ad right there.
Yeah, we were looking at pictures when we were just kind of shooting the shit with Mario before recording. It looks like just the most picturesque New England town you could ever envision.
It is a small town. It's like what Zach Brown used to sing about. It's like, I'm in a small town. I got what's that song?
Preston?
He's actually legitimately singing about where I grew up. So
oh really?
He's singing about towns like yours, but actually mine. Yeah.
So what's the name of that song? It's like, I got a good friend that lives down the street. What's that song?
I don't remember.
Homegrown.
That's right, homegrown. That's right.
Nice.
I
have never heard this song in my life.
Ooh,
it's not for you, Dan.
It doesn't sound like it.
We should have drafted Zach Brown songs. That would have been fun.
We could have crushed Dan.
I would have had to get a substitute host for the show for that episode.
We call him Zach Brown.
Yeah. Wow, boy, that would really help for numbers. I would happily sit that one out if we got to have Zach Brown host the show. I myself, one of the extra perks of living with my current roommates is they like to have people over for parties in their very nice home. They've got a great backyard. It's just perfect for having a bunch of people over. And then people come and then leave their beer in their
fabulous.
That's the best. Cooler. That's always the best.
Or in the fridge in their garage. Yeah. So courtesy of whoever brought these to the last shindig at Mike and Katie's house, I am drinking a Stone Tangerine Express Hazy IPA. And Stone IPA in general is really good. I've never had this one. This will be my first sip. We'll see how it goes.
Oh God, he's vomiting, everybody. Oh no. Oh God, not
it's
today.
I made the mistake of not pouring it into a glass, which I feel like you should pretty much always do for an IPA because the smell is so important for an IPA. But it is good. It is good. But I that is a blunder on my part. I'm gonna own it.
Can I just say we all have local stuff. I'm local to Atlanta, local to Bristol, and Daniel's local to his fridge. Or I think said Stone, that without realizing it's actually probably not local for you.
Yeah, I think Stone is in San Diego.
Listen, that's close enough.
Close enough.
It's local for someone, huh? It's local somewhere, right?
Hey, you're all local when you're coming from the great country of the United States of America, right, fellas?
We're all neighbors.
Amen.
We're all neighbors. We're all brothers in arms.
Yes.
This took a weird turn.
Let's talk about beer the rest of the hour.
Mario's jacked up on wrestle energy and beer.
It's been a nuts day. Today was May the 4th. We're recording this on May the 4th, so it's Star Wars Day. I've been watching Star Wars gimmicks. There's Hasbro's putting out lightsabers and Darth Vader masks, and I'm like shilling out my wallet. I'm like,
take
here,
my
Hasbro,
money.
Take my money. All the Friggin Nerds stream incomes go into Hasbro now because I'm like buying shit to put behind me.
That reminds me. I do want to ask Mario. So is this Steve Stone Cold Austin? Or I guess it's just Stone Cold Steve Austin. They don't put the middle. They don't put the nickname in the middle. I'm sorry for that. Is his IPA actually good?
It's for a shoot one of the best IPAs I've ever had. I'm a beer guy. I love beer, and I'm just a wrestling guy. So I'm like, Stone Cold is my hero.
What a mixing of worlds.
It's a hell of a thing.
Well, I am sad you couldn't bring it on the show with you, but hopefully the beer you do have suffices. Preston, we are drafting neither beer nor wrestlers. What are we drafting tonight with Mario?
Well, both good options for the future.
Yes.
Beer and wrestlers. Well, we'll keep that in mind. But tonight, Dan, we're not messing around. There's no gimmick here. There's no making the best of a bad situation. We're not using a weird draft. No. We're drafting the best. The best ice cream sundae you could possibly imagine, that you could think up in your wildest of dreams. If somebody tries to take little gold flakes, little 24-karat gold flakes, we may allow it. I don't know. It'll be a discussion for a later time. I may be taking that with my last pick just to add a little bit of class to my ice cream sundae. But that's what we're doing.
Now I got to ask, was this chosen because I am the roundest host of the Friggin Nerds media? Is that that guy looks like he likes a good ice cream sundae. This guy.
If you want the real peek behind the curtain, I had two ideas for our first episode, and wanted our first two guests to be Lindsay Sue, who we had for the karaoke episode last week, and Mario to be the next guest because we didn't get Sue on last season, unfortunately, due to some technical and scheduling difficulties. And then Mario wanted to be on the show so bad, we had to get him on it as soon as possible. So when Sue took the karaoke list, I was like, all right, well, we'll do ice cream with Mario as long as Mario likes ice cream.
I love a good ice cream.
I mean, listen, Mario, if you can come up with something better in the next 7 seconds, we'll redo the whole episode. No questions asked.
No, yeah. I don't want to break the multiverse. I don't want to be never asked to come back. So I'm going to play nice. I went to an ice cream parlor and I says, give me every flavor you got. Give me every topping you got. And I put it out there and I said, I got to get ready. I'm going on a drafted podcast. He said, sir, the drafted podcast. Why did you say so?
Of course they knew about the show there. Obviously.
But they gave it to you for free just for dropping our podcast name? That's
no. I still have to pay for it. I used the Friggin Nerds funds to pay for that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. Well, we're good. But no, for a shoe, I did.
Others.
Yeah, they won't listen to this, hopefully. But no, for a shoe, I did go to an ice cream parlor like 2 nights ago, and I was like, I gotta get ready for the drafted podcast. And they have they have a big sign out there. My fiance loves ice cream, and so like I was like, let's go down there. We have a local shop over here, and they have literally like 200 flavors and whatever. And I sat there for like an hour. I'm like, what would be a good one here? What would be a good one?
Oh my God.
Well, I think I'm prepared.
That's got
to be the most amount of research anyone's ever done.
Hey, I'm not fake, man. I'm a true mark for the drafted podcast. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, now there's a lot of pressure. I feel like if Mario doesn't win this, it's not going to look great. It's not going to look, having done that much prep work. Is it too much prep work? I think that's what we're going to find out this show. Can you prep too much for the drafted podcast?
A problem I've never had. Yeah.
No, me neither, certainly. As I'm sure all listeners can tell. For this draft, I will have the first pick. Preston will have the second pick. And then Mario will have the third pick. And of course, as always, snake style draft, so the order will reverse on even rounds. And of course, as always, I forgot to mention this last show, but random.org always sets the draft order for the drafted podcast, the best site in the entire world.
I trust it. I trust it.
Yeah,
that's big.
So if and the parameters I think are 2 ice cream flavors and 4 toppings is the only parameter. You can do any kind of ice cream flavor as long as it exists as an ice cream flavor, and then toppings can be literally anything. So I think it's pretty much more open, as Preston alluded to, than we usually do. Do we have any questions, or are we all good? Can I make my first pick?
Literally anything. Because
anything.
That's the thing about you. I've seen some weird Sundays. People get a little nuts with it.
Wow.
People are putting bacon on their stuff. You know,
you could put bacon. I would not have a problem putting bacon on a Sundae. You 100% could put bacon on there.
We'll see, man. But let's get this show on the road, boys.
Okay, perfect. I have to say, I rarely care where I draft in these drafts, but I
already know where this is going. I feel such dread. I know what you're about to do right now.
I prepared for this one before I set the order, and I feel like there's such a clear top pick here. I'm curious. I kind of hope it's not what Preston thinks it is. But I feel like it's an absolute landslide that the number one thing is when I did the random.org, I literally fist pumped when I got the first pick.
Because how can we trust that you did that in fairness? Though?
You can't really. You just have to trust me.
Sounds like I can't.
You just have to trust me. But I mean, would I make up a whole spiel about how I celebrated getting first if I was just going to keep doing it until I got first?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I guess that's what Preston thinks of me. Anyway, I legitimately did get the first pick. And with the first pick, I'm taking hot fudge.
Damn it all to hell.
Damn.
There goes the neighborhood.
So it is the clear top pick, right? It seems like you guys agree.
Yeah, that was also my first pick too.
It's my only thing in S tier.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in S tier.
Yeah, because I feel like all the other categories of things, there are very good replacement for them, even if you don't get the top choice.
Correct.
There's really nothing that comes close to replacing hot fudge. Of course, there are other sauces you can put on there, but nothing is bringing that same value that hot fudge brings.
That's very good.
Thank you. I mean, I hope it doesn't determine the draft. I hope I hope there's enough
This is
value.
it feels like taking turkey during the Thanksgiving draft.
Yeah,
kind of.
we
selection
definitely
here.
have had drafts where it feels like it was won based on who randomly got the first pick. And I hope
If you
that's not
don't
the
have
case
hot
here.
fudge, can you even call it a Sundae?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%
Okay.
you can. You can't call it a hot fudge Sundae, but you can call it a Sundae for sure.
Gotcha. All right. Well, it's tough to find anything that's not like immediately divisive. Like every single thing I'm looking at on this list, half the people in my life will take it and the other half won't. Hot fudge was the only one that like most people are down for.
The only universal Sundae topping?
Yes. So I think I'm gonna go for a texture element. Question is which one? Actually, no, I changed my mind. I think I've realized that there's a scarcity of heat. And I think the heat is really what brings it together.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a
what a turn of phrase.
I'm just saying there's a scarcity of heat.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a brownie.
Whoa,
Or brownie bits.
I
brownie bits, however you'd like to
Brownie
interpret.
bits.
I think for your sake you should go whole brownie. I think
Whole brownie. I think I the way I have gotten it at the shops around here is like whole brownie on the base on the bottom.
Yeah.
And they put the ice cream on top and then everything kind of goes from there.
I
So
had
I
not
think
even-
that's what I want.
I had not even considered this as a thing, but what a pick. I think if you're gonna not get hot fudge, getting a warm brownie is such a good pick. I didn't
Find me
even
something
enter
else
my
hot,
brain.
Mario. I dare you.
Mm.
Find me
Like-
another heated element.
I mean, I feel like brownie leads you very easily into something else that would be a heated element.
yeah, probably. But listen,
Mario, what do you think?
Man, I mean, it's weird with the hot stuff because I've had those kind of brownies. I think Chili's or something used to do that. They used to have like the brownie sundae.
Yeah, like
and
the
it's-
molten brownie and frigid ice
that's
cream.
the thing. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. You like would go to bite in, like, oh, this looks delicious, and like you get that cold on the top, but then it's like scorching lava in the middle. I'm like, this is a terrible experience. I'm getting all the senses here, and I think I'm gonna pass out in this Chili's right now. This is ridiculous.
can't say I've ever passed out in Chili's, but I can see where you're coming from.
I have a couple times, unfortunately. I'm not proud of it.
We'll have to save those stories for another episode, I think.
Save it for another time.
the two times Mario has passed out in the Chili's. I will say I've never passed out, but I've definitely destroyed the roof of my mouth eating those brownies. But I think Preston gets to control the temperature here and find that nice happy medium of like the nice warm brownie that melts the ice cream around it, but doesn't isn't unpleasant to eat.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I also didn't eat dinner, which is going to be a problem later in the show as I get more hungry.
I made sure to eat dinner before this one because I
That
knew
was
it
a
was going to be
mistake.
rough if I had. Mario, okay, you are up now with back-to-back picks.
Oh, this is exciting. All right. So I was shocked this one came because I was worried about the hot fudge.
Mhm.
And I was worried about this one, but I was shocked nobody took this one. So I got to go with another topping here. I got to go with the whipped cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I originally had this very high. And then I started thinking about, isn't whipped cream just ice cream, but worse?
No.
I mean, it's light.
Yes.
It's too light to be considered.
But like
ice.
in terms of a variance, like imagine you just have like vanilla ice cream with whipped cream on it. Like what is that whipped cream really bringing to the table?
I mean, but you don't just, it's not just going to be vanilla ice cream. You know what I mean?
I guess. I feel like whipped cream is decorative and I don't feel like it actually really adds anything to the experience of eating ice cream.
Good whipped cream really adds a lot. We're not talking like ready whip here. We're talking like good, peak whipped cream. See, I was going to take it with my next pick if it made it all the way back to me.
Oh, okay.
I think the brownie pick is smart, and I had not thought of it, but I definitely had whipped cream as like my other irreplaceable. That's the value of whipped cream, right? Like there is nothing you can put on top of like to substitute whipped cream. So I think getting the value here is really big for Mario in round one. Personally, Preston seems to not be as high on it as me.
Yeah, it's all right.
And a good thing to combo with that. The whipped
We
cream,
know where this is going.
It's decorative, yes, but it's also good to kind of hold things together and it's going to look nice. You got to put those sprinkles
Oh, I did not know where
that's
that was
not
going.
where it was going.
Gotta put those
Okay.
sprinkles.
All right, so this I feel bad. I like so last draft, every pick was pretty good. I think this is a bad pick. I'm sorry,
Why?
Mario.
What?
Really?
Sprinkles. You want to talk about something that adds nothing? Sprinkles add nothing.
Texture.
They have no flavor, and the texture is annoying. If you want to go like
Annoying.
if you want to go texture differentiator, you go nuts, not sprinkles. I could eat sundaes for the rest of my life and never have any sprinkles on them, and I'd be a very happy man.
I like that crunch. I like that little crunch there.
It also looks very nice.
Yeah, like
It does look nice. I'll give you that.
Are you taking rainbow sprinkles or monotones?
Rainbow, of course. No, the monotone ones, those are considered jimmies in my
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
we're jimmies, but we're going sprinkles, we're going to rainbow gimmicks. They look nice. You know, think of any ice cream parlor, any poster, any commercial. What do you see on there? You see sprinkles. That brings you in. That's what brings you in.
See,
it's the hook.
I think actually you're perfectly saying how I feel about sprinkles. I feel just like they're purely aesthetic to me.
They're advertising.
They do look very nice, but they just do nothing. They've never done anything for my actual eating experience.
They were invented by Big Ice Cream to take advantage of the working man.
Yeah, exactly. Preston.
It's a conspiracy.
Got it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how people feel about sprinkles, though. Because I really was never going to take them.
I think you're a little off here. I think it may be a little early, especially since you say you were never going to take them. They might have come back around, but I don't think people are going to like bat an eye when they see it on the graphic.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay.
Hopefully, sprinkles and my intense reaction to them will spark a debate in the drafted Discord. We've had some good discussion about episode 1 so far.
I do think it's better that you have both of the picks you just took, because I think on their own they're worse, but together they're nice. The whipped cream and the
I'll agree with that. I agree with that as well.
They enhance each other.
All right, Preston, you are up. No one has taken an ice cream flavor yet.
No, I think
confident.
this is like taking a quarterback in fantasy. There's a lot to go around, right? There's a lot to be had here, so I think we'll probably all wait for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna take one of my ice cream picks. So I think I'm safe.
What a tease!
What a tease. Okay. I'm gonna take something that Daniel mentioned because I do think he's right about it, and I'm gonna take nuts. Specifically, I think peanuts, probably. Okay. But just assume, listener, if you've got an allergy, we'll find something.
I think so. I think you should have to take a kind of nut.
Okay, then so that somebody else can take cashews like a weirdo. Sure. I'll take peanuts.
Okay.
And sorry to the people that won't be able to eat it because of that.
That's why I don't want to touch that, because that you're already taking out half the audience.
Well, I don't know about
half.
You got
it's a lot.
There's a lot of allergies out there, and to the point of the sprinkle argument, I don't like that texture. I don't like that peanut texture. That
really?
That to me kind of, you get that nice piece of ice cream there, and maybe there's some cookie dough or something in there nice, and then you get that peanut that's like right in the way, and it's like, and I'm like, get out of there. I'm trying to enjoy the ice cream.
I thought about trying to argue for a second whether I could have taken a brownie that had nuts in it, but I think in the spirit of the
I think that would have been a stretch.
I will separate them. Yeah.
I completely differ from Mario here. Obviously, I nuts are the texture I want in my sundaes. Peanuts are definitely one of the nuts I had as my 3, because I honestly thought each of us would take a kind of nut. So I wanted to have 3 nuts. Okay. It sounds like Mario will not be doing that. Yeah. Peanuts were not my number 1 nut. I will say that.
Really?
Yeah. They were close.
Interesting. I'm curious to see where you go.
Yeah. Not my number 1 nut.
Interesting. Well, that makes me feel pretty bad then, because it means I could have gotten something comparable or what I wanted a little bit later. But it sounds like
you could have gotten them with your last pick, because Mario seems to rather cut his hand off than draft any nuts for his Sunday.
I'd rather die than have a peanut get in the way of my ice cream.
It seems a little shitty, Mario, but to each their own. Okay, I think we're to the point now where the value is is in the ice cream. I think. I want to ask a question though.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to ask this question after you guys took other flavors, but I feel like maybe I'm more likely to get it now. How do we feel about considering Neapolitan ice cream a flavor?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wow.
So not fair. The
Is it not
actual
fair?
definition of Neapolitan is that it takes 3 original flavors and combines them.
Yeah,
So,
into one flavor.
they're not even mixed though. They're not even
No,
mixed
they're not.
together.
Okay, I anticipated this being your reaction.
I would
Well, I
also
had to-
say,
I
like,
had to
even if you
try.
wanted like swirl, I would say no. That
I
just
had to
doesn't seem
try,
right.
Okay, I had to try, right?
Yeah.
I
I still don't think that would be great, but
you don't think it would be great?
not really. I think with a sundae, you got to go for like richness or like fruitiness, and I think combining both is dangerous.
Interesting.
That let's be real. When you're buying a tub of Neapolitan, are you really dipping into that strawberry?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's the last thing you do.
Really?
Oh
Don't
yeah.
touch it. I don't touch it.
And well, maybe you shouldn't get Neapolitan ice cream then, Mario. Maybe you should just get vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
Sometimes it's on sale and it's a little more affordable.
Yeah, Dan.
You know, and that's all they got at the 7-Eleven. They got Neapolitan, or they got, I don't know, ice cream with nuts in it or something. And I gotta get the Neapolitan.
And God knows I'm not going that route. Okay, interesting. Well then I think I don't know. This is tough. Now the value was so obvious before, now it doesn't feel obvious anymore. I know not to take nuts because there's no way Preston doubles up on nuts.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take what I thought Mario was gonna take, and I'm gonna take what I think is the most valuable fruit for ice cream, and that is cherries.
Yep. That would have been the only one I would have taken, I think.
The only fruit.
I believe so. It's possible one comes back around.
Yeah, I had
someday,
a few
but
options
no.
there that I thought were viable, but cherries was just my clear number one choice there.
They're so sweet that it doesn't take away from the richness part.
Well,
so.
and you can go with a more sour cherry option as well. But one underrated thing I think about, like the maraschino cherries, is the juice that they're in. You can put a little bit of the juice on, like, as well for some extra flavoring. That's really like how you build a sundae to the next level.
Should those be separate picks then?
No, I don't think so.
I would love to just put juice of a cherry on your
cherry juice
on your
graphic.
You got cherry and cherry juice. Oh man,
Yeah.
leaning in.
Which ice cream do I take now? I think I'm gonna take what was not my top choice for sundae ice cream, but what is the most popular ice cream in the United States. And I think you don't want to get too crazy with your ice cream when you're building a sundae, because you don't want to have too much, and you already have so much going on with all the stuff you're putting on top of it. So I'm gonna go with chocolate ice cream here.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think the philosophy is appropriate.
Okay.
I had 3 ice cream options because there are 3 of us. That was one of them.
Well, we're all drafting 2 ice creams, remember?
Oh, that's right.
So
All right, I have 6 ice cream options.
Are you sure you don't want to have Neapolitan now as much?
Yes, I'm positive. All right. Back to moi.
Yes.
I would like a sauce, a little bit of a sauce. Just understand, listener, here in the construction, I'm going to be very light with this, not over, because this has potential to be overwhelming.
Oh, interesting.
But I'm going to be very light,
Mm-hmm.
just like a little glaze, and that's caramel.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's not really like caramel. It's like the caramel sauce.
The caramel sauce, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I feel like I'm hitting that richness up really well. I like where this is going so far.
It complements your brownie very well as well. You can also go, the nice thing about caramel is the reason I had caramel as my number 2 sauce was because you can go hot or cold with it.
Would you guys ever see those like shells?
The magic
you can,
shell?
like, pour it on and it gets like hard. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I thought maybe someone was going to pick that. I'm surprised you're bringing it up right now.
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
This is a classy establishment. That's not what you find in a classy establishment.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like the caramel pick. I mean, I think it's a clear like tier below hot fudge as a sauce, but I do think it is the second best sauce out there.
I think so too. And I did not want to get stuck without one of the top two.
Yeah. All right, Mario. You have the final pick of the third round, and then we're going to take a breather for the halfway point of the draft, and then be back for the second half. So why don't you conclude the first half of the draft for us?
All right. I think we're going flavors. The question is, because I was a little concerned a few rounds ago, we're talking about, Neapolitans, different flavors and other gimmicks like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if this counts. I don't want to get attacked.
He's testing the boundaries.
Testing the boundaries, testing the waters.
We will not attack.
How we feel about cookies and cream?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. And a premier choice, I might add.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm really feeling not good.
Because you kind of get a little 2-in-1 action there. You got the ice cream and you got the cookie bits in there, so you kind of going double or nothing.
But okay. So I will say I did have Oreos as like one of my potential toppings. So this does feel like a good value pick. But no, I mean, cookies and cream is clearly a singular flavor of ice cream. I think I don't think anyone will argue against that.
Perfect.
So definitely a legal pick, and I think a good pick as well.
Okay. And then for the second pick.
Oh, wait, hang on. Mario, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a breather. We're going to get some ad reads in there.
Chill, my guy.
So we can make a little bit of money while we do this,
Okay.
We're going to take a quick breather.
Pay the piper.
We do. And then we're going to be right back with the second half of the draft. Okay, Preston, what are we drafting tonight?
And we are drafting the best ways to support the Drafted Podcast. You've got first overall pick. What are you taking?
I have the number one pick. Wow. I mean, what a draft of the number one pick for. This is a no-brainer, Preston. I'm taking the Drafted Patreon. There's no better way to support the show, as you well know. Yeah,
it was clearly the top of my board. It's such a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, you can support us for as little as $3 a month. You get secret access to levels of the Drafted Discord, where you get access just to me and Preston and the other subscribers and VIPs of the show. Mm-hmm. You also get to listen to episodes without this annoying commercial or any other commercial breaks in it, and you get the unedited cut of the pod as well. So, I mean, there really is no better way, both for us and for the listeners, to support the show.
Yeah, if you think we mess up on the cut you hear, oof. Just wait until you get the actual unedited version. It's a good first pick, Dan. For the second pick, I'm going to take rating us 5 stars on iTunes. Very helpful. Yeah. For my third pick there, I'll say following us on all of our channels, Twitter, Instagram, everything we've got. And I think draft is over. So we'll do my team versus your team.
Yeah. I mean, we got to send it to Twitter. But hey, maybe your vote will count extra too if you support us on Patreon.
I clearly won.
Okay, thanks for bearing with us through that break.
A long break.
I know. Boy. Yeah.
For us, it was 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Mario had to run back to a Chili's to settle a debt.
I have to pay my dues.
Just a quick recap of the first half of the draft before Mario kicks us back off again. So far, I have hot fudge, cherries, and chocolate ice cream. Preston has a brownie, peanuts, and caramel sauce. And then Mario has whipped cream, sprinkles, and cookies and cream ice cream. And I want to say, I didn't say this in the first, before the break. Cookies and cream is a great choice with your toppings so far, Mario, because I feel like your toppings are not bringing a ton of flavor. So everything I said about my ice cream wanting to stay out of the way, I think is the opposite for what you're looking for, which I think is a really perfect pick for your ice cream.
I think you want surprises. I think you want the outside to look pleasing, but then you go inside and you're like, oh, this is a whole new world. We got cookies and cream in here. This is crazy. The whipped cream is fine. What else is in here? There's a lot going on. There's layers. I'm going deeper into the dungeon of ice cream flavors. It's delicious. I can't wait.
I hadn't considered the surprise factor for my Sundae. I might have to mix up my second half draft strategy here. But Mario, what is the first pick of the fourth round here for you? Your fourth pick overall.
Or we're gonna do another surprise in here. You know, we got those crunchy sprinkles. We got to fight through those. We got the nice smooth whipped cream, and we're gonna start diving into that cookies and cream gimmick. And then what's that there? Ooh, okay, that's a nice texture. That's kind of soft. That's kind of sweet. That's kind of I remember this flavor from when I was a child. That is cookie dough.
Man, you crafted a whole narrative.
Yeah.
This isn't about ice cream. It's about
incredible storytelling.
home.
Yeah, I love how I kind of went Goldblum on that one. I was like, yes. And then yes, we go into the cookie dough. Yes.
So to clarify, Mario, is this cookie dough ice cream or just straight up frozen cookie dough that you're putting on those toppings?
Straight up frozen cookie dough bits, just dropping them in there.
Wow, okay.
I love that.
Just hanging out, doing whatever cookie dough does. He's hanging out,
surprising people in the dungeon. Apparently, according to Mario,
it's like, oh, look out! He's got an iron dagger. That cookie dough right there. Look at that. Look at him. Get away from him.
Wow. What? I didn't see this pick coming, but I do like. I thought someone would take cookie dough ice cream, which I think still has to be on the table, right? I mean, are we going to say that this eliminates cookie dough ice cream as an available ice cream flavor? Okay,
I don't think so. There. I think it's different too. Yeah, you have they're two different things. Yeah.
Okay.
Create two different experiences. All right, I've got a path to my perfect Sundae, as in the thing I would order if I was not afraid of social interactions and I legit went into a place and asked for exactly what I want, regardless of how specific it was. So I'm hopeful that I can get there. But I'm going to keep it pretty close to the chest for now. I'm going to take one of my ice cream flavors and I'm going to take vanilla.
Okay.
Listen, it's literally the vanilla pick of the draft, right? But like, it stays out of the way and I can keep piling on with other more creative stuff near the end.
I was so torn up about my chocolate ice cream pick with vanilla as my other option. Because I think chocolate and vanilla are like the prime Sundae ice cream flavors, and unless you're going like Mario, where like your toppings aren't as flavor forward, shall we say. I think usually your Sundae, like when I make a Sundae, I want my ice cream base to just be a base, to be the foundation for the rest of what I put.
It's the tortilla.
Exactly. So you want the tortilla to be nice and a good flavor, but not overwhelming or overpowering what is really providing the oomph of the dish. You know what I mean? So I don't beat up your vanilla pick. I think it's a very strong pick.
Thanks, pal.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like I recently heard someone also say close to the chest, and it's very possible
it's close to the vest.
It's close to the vest.
I just said close to the chest because I'm dumb, but it's definitely close to the vest, right?
Well, did you also say it in the last episode? So I feel like I just recently heard someone else say the exact same thing. I don't know if it was you or not. I don't think it was you either. I think it was someone else. But I wanted to tell them it's close. It's actually close to the vest.
Wait, really?
Chest. But when you correct someone live on the podcast, it makes you sound a certain way. So you chose not to. But then when I said it, you were like, wait a second.
Yeah. Well, you're my friend. I feel more comfortable correcting you,
For now, yeah.
Well, Mario didn't know this. Mario, you got it close to the chest?
I just had it close to the chest, and I just got schooled, I guess. Jeez.
Yeah. I believe I could be dead wrong about this, but I've always heard it as close to the best.
Some fast fact check.
This is similar though to one that I think of often, because lots of people say coming down the pipe, meaning something that is imminent, when in actuality the phrase is coming down the pike. But people aren't familiar with what a pike is in many parts of the country, so it has become down the pipe because I can't remember the name. There's like a word for when that happens, when someone mishears something and then it changes what people say. But yeah, that's another one. Another common one is that like for intensive purposes instead of for intense and purposes. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just some grammar nerdity there.
Here's some very interesting data on literary appearances of the phrases close to the vest and close to the chest. Close to the vest is actually a newer phenomenon emerging
Really? So
around
Vest is
the
wrong?
1920s and 40s and has now overtaken the appearance of close to the chest, which had dominance as far back as records appear to go. It's only dominant in American English. In British English, still remains close to the chest.
How interesting. How interesting. You learn something new every day on the Drafted Podcast.
That was the most
day.
useful information I've ever found in response to a question.
That blew my mind. I was
Thank
like,
you, internet.
Yeah, wow. The more you know. We've all learned something today. Okay, where do I go here? I don't know. I just don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my second ice cream flavor to stall for a little bit. Preston has taken vanilla, which would have been my second choice. You guys absolutely hated on strawberry, so I'm not going to take that because I'm worried that other people are going to agree with you. And I'm going to take what is actually my favorite ice cream flavor and just trust myself for once, and that is mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you give me your other toppings right now with mint?
Hot fudge and cherries. And then I just have chocolate ice cream and mint chocolate ice cream. Mint chocolate chip.
Okay. It's okay. I was skeptical at first, but you don't have a lot of clash yet.
No.
But you're
and I don't
walking a narrow path. You cannot deviate very much because that mint is going to be very not great if you contrast it with some sort of, I don't know, anything
like a sour thing,
citrus or something. Yeah.
No, listen. I've got it all under control. Okay. My next pick, because again, I'm stalling on nuts because I know neither of you are going to take nuts. I am going to take pirouettes.
Sorry. Like
Pirouettes.
the dance move?
No, are neither of you familiar with Mario? Tell me you know what pirouettes are.
Just for the sake of conversation, let me know what those are.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pretend hypothetically
they're like
Mario
those,
doesn't know.
They're like those cookie straw things that are like kind of crispy and like chocolatey and
Oh yeah, I don't
fancy,
like,
huh?
They're like in the tin, the little little can.
I see. I see.
Is that more of a flair thing? Are you gonna like decorate the top of your Sundae?
Yeah. I'm just gonna stick a couple of them in there for some visual pizzazz, but also they're delicious and delightful without being kind of overpowering. They also can give you like kind of a break from your Sundae because you can just kind of like take them out, eat them by themselves. Like if you're overwhelmed by how sweet your Sundae or just like how too much your Sundae is, you can kind of take a little pirouette break, take a couple bites out of it, put it back in, go back to it for later.
Okay.
I like that. Now that I remember what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're very fancy. You got a fancy place you're running over there.
Yes.
Oof.
Gourmet.
Hard to compete. Yeah. Ooh.
But then
the first Michelin star ice cream establishment.
Yeah. The important thing is I think they provide a nice texture. They get some good texture in there. That's kind of in between that nut and sprinkle, crunchiness, which is why I think they just hit a really nice sweet spot. So that's why I'm taking pirouettes.
All right. Well, my issue I'm running into now is neither of you are going to take the last two things I want. So I guess the order doesn't
matter then. You're in the sweet spot.
I had this as a topping growing up, specifically when I also had caramel sauce. And I think these things go very well together. And I think if I had not gotten the caramel, I probably wouldn't be taking it, but as a sleeper, excellent ice cream topping when you've got the right combo. And that is pretzels.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. Salted caramel, baby. On vanilla ice cream.
What kind of pretzels are we talking here?
I was gonna ask.
I'm talking like little, not the big rods. I'm talking like little, like rolled golds, but they're broken up a little bit. They're like pretzel pieces, not like big chunks.
Like pretzel crumb, not quite pretzel crumbs, but like pretzel bits, you might say.
Yes, sure. Yeah. Bits is the right word, I think.
Okay. I can get on board. I would never choose it, but I can get on board with that.
I think with this particular combo, it works very, very well.
Are you worried at all about potentially tearing up the roof of your mouth with the peanuts and the pretzels.
If you've got 2 scoops of ice cream,
Mhm.
I think you're going to be okay.
I'm just saying,
really
you know, in a bite, especially broken pretzels can really get at the inside of your mouth.
Yeah, I'm a big strong man, so I don't know what you're dealing with over there.
Wow, that sounded
I
like
don't
a lot
have
of,
I don't have a baby mouth.
sounded
Dan.
like some toxic masculinity, Preston. I don't know about that.
I'm big and strong, and nothing will ever hurt me. So I just don't know why you would come at me like that.
Yeah, that's you know, you make a good point there. I'm sorry.
How tough are you? I got pretzels and nuts in
And
my
nuts.
Sunday, kid.
Oh man, that's
That
like
does mean I'm
trying to-
saving my coffee or shit.
Spoiler alert, Preston.
Pretend you didn't hear that.
Mm.
Just cut that bit out. No one will have to.
Yeah.
Know. We'll pretend like it's a big surprise.
Oh.
Okay, Mario, your final 2 picks. How are you going to round out your Sunday, my friends?
Somebody, I got another flavor of topping, right?
Yes, you need
Man.
one more flavor of ice cream and then something to put on it.
Good Lord, this is interesting. Because I'm a nice guy, I will pretend I didn't hear what Preston said. So I'll be.
Oh
a
man,
nice
you
guy
really
there.
could screw him over right now.
I'll be a nice. Like, I want to be invited back, so I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you know, Mario, I'm the one who always brings the guests on, so you can pretty much do whatever you want to Preston.
Oh, interesting. Okay, but no, I think I got another idea here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the topping. We got a lot of cookie stuff happening here. We got a lot of sprinkly stuff happening. I want to add a little more color, but something with a little more taste as well. It's going to be a little wild. It's going to be a little crazy. There's going to be some sugar diabetes going on in this Sunday. I think I'm going to go with a very classic treat. I'm going to go with M&Ms.
Ooh, M&Ms when they're cold I like them. They're like nice and tough. They will break your teeth if you're not careful. If you're not a big, strong, tough guy.
Yeah,
like me.
yeah. See, this Sunday's only for tough guys. If you can't take on the M&Ms, you need to get the
and
hell out of
the
here.
last pick is thumbtacks.
What's with all these tough
Get
guys?
the heck out of here.
What's with all these tough guys
It's
Sundays?
the Mick Foley Sunday. It's all
I would like to ask you, Mario, because I do think the toughness can be an issue, which is why you often see in ice cream places M&M minis as the option. Are you going full size regular M&Ms or the minis?
Yeah, I think we'll go with the minis.
The minis?
Wow, you threw him a rope there. You threw him an absolute rope.
Listen, it's what we do for our
That
guests.
does not happen. That does not happen to me. Wow. That was just Mario's drowning in the middle of the ocean. You're calling in Daniel Coast Guard Prentice and you're saying, I got you, my guy.
Get me out of ears. All right.
Oh. Hey, just remember that, Mario, all right? When we're going over worst picks, remember that I saved you, okay? That's all I ask.
I got you, son. I got you. But that leaves me with, the last flavor.
Yes.
So I can go either crazy nuts or not actual nuts.
Well, not nuts. Yeah, definitely not.
All right, fellas, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How we feeling? How we feeling about Ben and Jerry's flavors?
Oh, those are Sundays unto themselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll allow it, I think.
Think you'll allow it?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on taking any Ben and Jerry's flavors. I didn't have any on my list. I was keeping it more to like the the staples, the tried and true.
Because I can have a backup if I need to, but I just thought
I'm gonna leave this one up to Preston.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Allow it.
I think it's at your own risk. Is what I'll
that's
say.
true. Yeah, it's true. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
No life ref this time, Mario.
All right. Just because we're pretty wild already. We got the cookies and cream. We got the sprinkles. We got the M&Ms. We got the.
You have cookie dough bites for God's sake in your Sunday already.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
I mean, you go down to the Ben and Jerry's path at your own peril.
Yeah, I might be going to business myself. I don't think I should do that. All right. A lot of wrestling terms. I'm sorry for viewers who
I have no idea what that means. So I just You just laugh and move on sometimes when you host a podcast.
Hey, that's what the Friggin' Nerds crew does too. They're like, isn't he adorable? So with that being said, all right, I think I'm just gonna go with a weird pick. This is a pick. I don't know. This either will drown me or put me over.
Sink or swim, sir.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna go when you get to the bottom, the party's not over. The party has just begun.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go with birthday cake flavored ice cream.
Whoa. You are all over the place.
Wow.
I love it. Listen, 8-year-old me is all over this shit because it's like I get to have 7 different meals, right? I just get to work my way down. But that is a lot going on. It is definitely a journey.
Your Sunday seems exhausting, Mario.
Only tough guys can handle this. Got to be tough to take down this. So we got to name the. Are we naming the Sundays?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't think of that, but I think
absolutely.
If you have a name for it, I mean, you can save it for the second half of the show.
Yeah,
you can brainstorm on it for a little
I got to
bit.
brainstorm a couple ideas.
Okay. Wow, I did not have birthday cake ice cream on my radar. I have to say.
I did not either. It's good, but oof.
It's
with the sprinkles too.
Some people are crazy about it. It's like it's up in the air because I talked to a lot of folks about birthday. I'm a ice cream connoisseur. Obviously, look at me. But a lot of people say they're not crazy about the birthday cake flavor. Say it's too sweet.
It's a risky pick. It's a risky pick. Out of curiosity, what was the Ben and Jerry's flavor you were considering?
I was thinking about Tonight Dough.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a lot, especially with already having your cookie dough in there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, there's a lot of stuff in there.
So you're basically in a situation where ice cream is the topping at that point.
Yeah.
Well, there was also fudge brownie is also a very good flavor as well. Fudge brownie, but I already got the cookies in there and all the other gimmicks, so I don't need that. So
somehow, Mario, you got to a place where birthday cake ice cream was the more conservative choice for you, and I think you made the right decision in doing that.
That's how I like to hear.
The more recent.
Yeah. All right, Preston. What is your final pick of your Sunday draft?
Well, I need a second flavor, and I'm going with one that is potentially divisive. But like I said, and like I think I've learned to do on the show, I'm going to follow my heart. And if I saw this on a menu, I am ordering it. No questions asked. And I'm going to take coffee ice cream.
There it is.
It's very divisive. I think people are very hit or miss on it, but I think it complements everything else I've got going on. I think I have room for it, is the right way to say it, right? Because I have vanilla, I have caramel, I have brownie. Like, I think I have room for coffee to, like, I'm not talking like espresso. It's not very strong, but coffee flavored ice cream is my absolute jam.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. I actually really like coffee ice cream, even though I don't like coffee. But I don't know. I don't think it is that safe. I feel like coffee ice cream is such a strong flavor. I'd be a little worried it would overpower some of the other elements. I could be wrong about that, but
it's a big hit around here. We have stuff called coffee cabinets, where it's like it's something that's very, very mystical to some people. Coffee syrup, which was something I considered doing on my Sunday, but a lot of people I talk to don't know what the hell this is.
Yeah,
I can see on Daniel's face. He has no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But it's literally it's like chocolate syrup, but it's coffee flavored. And I actually brought some to Florida when me, Mike, and Britt, we all went to Florida, and my fiance, and they fell in love. You put that in your milk, you stir it up, you got coffee milk, which is another thing that nobody knows idea what the hell that is.
That sounds kind of good.
It's delicious, but the coffee cabinet, you got that coffee syrup, you got a couple scoops of ice cream, you got some milk, you got some cream, mix it up, it's a little smoothie, little milkshake there, really good. So
I'll have to look into this.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're somewhat a fan of coffee ice cream, you would like the coffee syrup, coffee milk, and all that. But I understand where Dan's coming from. It's a tough flavor for some people.
And that's I like the flavor. I get coffee ice cream. I just had coffee ice cream last night. I went to ice cream with my aunt and uncle after we went to dinner and got coffee ice cream. But I don't think I've ever put anything on my coffee ice cream except maybe like a little bit of chocolate or something. So I would be worried about how it would fit in with the Sundae. That's just my I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It could be great. I just have some reservations about it.
It was hard. It was hard to find a couple other flavors that would complement what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some ideas that we can discuss
Okay.
after the break.
Okay, I'd appreciate the constructive feedback.
Well, it's not even constructive feedback, just like other ideas that I had personally, that I'm curious to see how you guys would have reacted if I had taken myself. Okay, I am going to go now. It's time for my nuts here.
Time for Daniel to get his nut.
Oh, it's that part of the show.
That time of the night, everybody.
And I'm going walnuts. Walnuts are my number one ice cream for Sundae. There are certain things I like peanuts with, and I'm going for like the Dairy Queen peanut buster parfait. Have you guys ever had that with hot fudge and peanuts? Is just
no.
Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, like crushed walnuts. So it's not like whole walnuts, but you just get crushed walnuts. You get a little like walnut dust in there. I don't know. It's my nut of choice. Maybe that's an unusual choice, but I'm not sure.
I think it's a little out there, but with your last pick, it's not bad. I think they're a little softer, which probably helps.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I was wondering where you were going. This is not one of the ones I thought of. So, but I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I'll take that. I genuinely didn't know if that was like a weird thing or not. We just grew up in the Prentice household. Walnuts were always an option. They were always there when we had Sundays. So maybe it's unusual. I'm curious to hear the feedback from the listeners. But that is the final pick of the Sundae draft. I end up with hot fudge. Or what I'll do it. I'll start with the ice cream flavors for all of us, and then kind of go toppings, so you can kind of visualize a little bit better.
Okay.
So I have chocolate ice cream and mint chocolate chip ice cream, and then on that I am putting hot fudge, cherries, pirouettes, and walnuts. Preston has vanilla and coffee ice cream, and he is putting a brownie in there. I'm not going to say on top because I think brownie on bottom could work as well. He's got peanuts, pretzels, and caramel sauce. And then Mario has cookies and cream ice cream and birthday cake ice cream. And then he's putting on there whipped cream, sprinkles, frozen cookie dough bites, and M&M minis. The minis.
Wild. Absolute wild.
What an experience that Sunday is. I can't wait to discuss it more right after taking a quick break.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite host here to ask you on behalf of the Appin Podcast Network, our parent network, to go check out some of their other shows. I'm partial to the Georgia Politics Podcast. I'm a host there every week. We play games at the end of every episode, trivia. Great way to stay in touch with local issues going on here in Georgia, but we also touch on national things too. Would really appreciate if you come give us a listen. Check out everything the Appin Podcast Network has going on at appinmedia.com, APPENMEDIA.com.
Okay, we are back. And I don't know, this is the question I always look most forward to. I also assume it's the question the listeners always most look forward to, simply because the biggest feedback we get from our listeners is, this is your stupid fucking pick. Why the fuck did you pick this one?
Wow, you sound just like that. You nailed it.
So I assume this is their most enjoyed part of the show. And that is, what was the worst pick? Why don't we start with Preston here?
I'm struggling between two. Well, no, I'm sorry, Mario. The birthday cake really threw me. There's something about your Sundae that it makes me think that a 7 or 8 year old walked into the store and picked something they wanted, forgot they had chosen that, and then picked something else they wanted. And then the person behind the counter is just like trying to keep up. And then it comes out this like jumbled mess. But I think the birthday cake, it pains me to say it.
Always picking on our guests, this Preston.
I feel bad about it.
No, honestly, I feel like he usually goes out of his way to pick me and not our guest. So the fact that he is picking Mario on his first appearance on the show means he hates this pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But remember that I let you keep the coffee because I heard you slip And I said, you know
Yeah.
what?
That's true. That's true.
I'm going to be a gracious guest, and I'm going to say, let the kid keep the coffee because I don't want to take it from
And
him.
then you rip him for the pick he makes instead, Preston. Honestly, unbelievable. And if Mario never wants to come back, I would not blame him.
I've got no allegiances.
All right, Mario, what about you? What was your worst pick?
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. Both of you guys, I would eat both your Sundays. That sounds a little sexier than I meant to sound. But
that did kind of sound sexy. What the hell?
I'm saying the only thing I'm not liking, we talked about it earlier, I'm not feeling the nut choices, the peanuts and whatnot. I'm just not a fan. I don't have any allergies. I just don't like that texture. I think it takes away from the ice cream experience. At least with the M&Ms, you got that flavor of chocolate inside. You got that little extra sweetness on top of the already immaculate amount of sweetness. I'm just not a nut person.
Yeah. I mean, so do you don't like nuts in anything? Like you wouldn't just eat like mixed nuts or anything like that?
I used to have those brownies with the peanuts in them. Those are okay.
Mhm.
It's just something
Pecan
about
pie.
yeah, sometimes I haven't had pecan pie in a while actually, but
You just don't like nuts, really. You just don't really like nuts.
I'll eat some plain nuts, cashews, whatever. That's fine. But just when I go to have ice cream, I'm expecting coldness, smoothness, sweetness, and I feel like that is kind of it's a bumpy road there with the nuts.
That's fair. The man knows what he likes, and you got to respect that.
That's it.
Oh, I still think, and maybe this is crazy now, but I think in isolation, the worst pick is still sprinkles. I just think sprinkles are such a, they just don't add anything for me, in terms of actual eating experience, and for them to go fourth overall just felt real high for me. I kind of expected them to get picked, and maybe it's just because but they're just such a superfluous topping. I just kind of feel like they're a throw-in that looks nice and doesn't add much else. So I really expected them to be kind of a late pick when you're kind of grasping for a final topping, personally.
I was looking at sprinkles because I think 6 different things to have together is actually a lot. I think if most people sat down and thought about it, they probably would not get 6 different things. So I liked sprinkles as a neutral thing you could add it. That's the same thing whipped cream I think does too, which maybe it's the only thing that makes Mario's hold together is the fact that he has 2 things that are mostly
not as flavorful. Yeah.
Does your birthday cake ice cream have sprinkles in it? I've seen some that does.
I don't think so. I think I'll just
come on, let's get him in there at this point. Fuck it, right?
Yeah, why not?
Let's just get double sprinkles in Mario's.
Also, Pop Rocks are in there for sure. Nerds.
I feel like you have to have funfetti. There has to be funfetti in a birthday cake ice cream, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go with that. It's all the things, Pop Rock, sprinkles, whatever. it's the final round. Once you get through,
rocks.
it's like Elden Ring. It's you just got to go through all the levels, and finally the final boss is the birthday cake ice cream. And that proves if you're a man or not, if you can handle the rest of the Sunday.
I like it.
You guys have all this manliness in your Sundays. I didn't know that was a thing, but now I know.
Hey, man, Sunday mania, brother. What's happening?
Well, I'm curious to hear from both you on this. What were some things that you had on your draft boards that you just ran out of room for, or had to make an adjustment and couldn't take anymore? What were some things you'd wanted to pick ahead of the draft but were not able to?
Well, the coffee one was a big one. That was definitely one of my locked in when we were talking earlier about the pick that I thought nobody would take for flavors. It was the coffee flavor.
Oh, really? So you actually were considering coffee?
Yeah. So I think that's where I tripped up, where I should have took that a little earlier, because I didn't expect that to be taken. Because again, it's coffee is a very interesting flavor for certain people.
You should have taken coffee then. I thought when you were saying that you were not going to take it. I thought you were saying you were considering taking it out of spite just because Preston revealed. I didn't know that you actually had it on your board. Oh yeah, no, that was on my board, but I was like, you know what? I'll be a nice guy. Wow.
I'll allow
that you basically gave Preston 2 picks then, back to back.
That's quite nice. I think we probably have to have you back on now. Jeez.
I'll be back next week, baby.
Wow.
Oh goodness.
Was that the only one, or did you have Pop Rocks on your board, Mario? I feel like you could. I feel like my expectation is that you just have a list of extremely sweet candies that you also would put on there.
Well, no, the other one too was the hot fudge. I mean, that's I feel like that's a no-brainer when it comes to anything on a Sunday. The first thing you see besides the sprinkles is the hot fudge. You know, you got to have that. You know, if I had both, man, I'd be over as hell. I would love that. Well, yeah, I think just the coffee and the hot fudge was the only two I was like, wish I got it.
Wow.
I
Preston,
thought about
he really
I know, I got rescued.
that was really generous.
I got absolutely rescued. I really thought about before this draft started, if I went the banana split route, I think I could get an ideal banana split.
Yeah.
If I had gotten hot fudge first. I thought that was very important, because then I don't think you guys are going the banana split route. I just have my pick of the litter, right?
I strongly considered going bananas rather than cherries.
I think that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But it would be tough to find two different ice cream flavors.
That's the thing. If you can get Neapolitan, then you're cooking.
Or just vanilla and chocolate, I guess, would work.
Yeah, vanilla and chocolate would be fine, or chocolate and strawberry, even though you
something
guys
like that
seem to hate strawberry ice cream for some reason. I thought maybe someone was gonna take Magic Shell, just because it's kind of fun, and I was ready to hate on it because it doesn't taste good. But it's kind of a fun experience, you know, and if you're just going for like enjoyable fun nostalgia, and probably a lot of people haven't had Magic Shell in a long time and don't remember that it tastes bad. And just like, oh, Magic Shell is fun. I feel like maybe it could have, pulled in some votes. I also, pistachio ice cream was one that I considered. That I really like pistachio ice cream, and it's a bit more of a neutral flavor that I think kind of gets out of the way.
Yeah.
Gets out of the way the toppings a little bit. So I considered that one, but I feel like it was maybe a little more obscure than mint choc chip, which I think probably a lot of people would say is their favorite ice cream. So that was why I picked that one over it in the end. I'm also surprised no one went chocolate syrup, which I thought maybe someone would have gone for the hot fudge replacement, just chocolate sauce.
That felt like too similar to hot fudge to me.
I would have okayed it. I think it's a very different experience. They taste different, very different texturally. Like you can't say it's like hot chocolate. Like chocolate syrup is like Hershey's chocolate syrup. It's just straight cold chocolate syrup. I think it would have been different enough to be an eligible vote, personally.
I might have taken it then, but I still like my salted caramel pretzel combo. So no regrets.
Fair enough. Okay, well, that brings us to the final question of the show, fellas, and that is, who built the best sundae? And then, if you think it's yourself, which of us built the second best sundae?
Well, this is literally the one that I would get. Like if I had to get 6 things and all of the things we drafted here were
pretzels
available,
in your standard sundae.
If it was an option, yes, I would. The reason I don't get them, even if they are an option, is because they're usually stale. But I'm on a high class establishment, and this is a made to order thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely taking mine, just because like I would just absolutely demolish this thing right now. I wouldn't change a single thing about it. And I would argue that I have the most cohesive vision, that if you saw this on a menu at a restaurant, it would make sense. You'd be like, oh, I see what's happening here.
I think apart from the coffee ice cream, I think I agree
maybe. Yeah, it would almost be better if you had a cup of coffee with it.
Yeah.
Instead of the coffee ice cream, but that wasn't an option. I want to do coffee poured over.
Just pour
myself.
That'd be horrible.
That'd be a little wild. I think second best to the cohesive vision is probably Dan. I'm having a hard time, even just on a plate, thinking about cookies and cream and birthday cake touching each other. I don't usually like my food to touch.
Oh, really? Ice cream sundaes aren't really your cup of tea then.
No, but that's what I'm saying, is like everything works together though. So it's like it's part of a dish, you know, part of the whole thing.
All right, Mario, what about you? Who won the draft?
I think I'm a fan of Dan's. I'm liking that one. Definitely seems smooth. And I got to give it up for Preston as well. Minus the nuts again. Just not a nut person. But got to give it. I like an adventure. I like to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of a challenge. Like, wow, look at this. What an interesting thing. These are some interesting toppings here. What is in there? You know, when I put on the menu, I'm not going to tell you what's in there. You know what? I want you to work for it, get the bottom there, see what the prize is at the bottom of the barrel.
It's going to be called Mario Sundae. And it's just going to come out and people are going to be like, what the hell happened here?
There it is.
Mario surprise.
Mario surprise. And yeah, I don't know. I just like it. But on a serious note, I think I would lean more towards Dan's.
Oh, pain.
But you're taking yours first overall.
But mine first, just because I'm conceited and I love myself sometimes. But yeah.
Hey,
second.
you're not a real guest drafted if you don't pick your own team.
That's true. Why'd you even come if you don't do that?
You got to put yourself over.
I mean, for me, I won this in a landslide, honestly. The only thing that I would have done differently than my ideal Sundae would be getting whipped cream, and I would take pirouettes out because they're largely superfluous. But I think if I have whipped cream, I mean, mine is like a picturesque Sundae. It's like, and I'm sorry, Mario, it's easily Preston's a second for me. I really appreciate what you went for, and you went for like a Sundae that you would love, and I'm sure you'll get votes for that because I'm sure it'll resonate with some people. But this, to me, like you said, a challenge or something, an adventure or something. This would be a challenge for me.
This is an affront to God.
I won't go that far. I won't go that far. It definitely stands out. I think it would just be really hard for me to eat this because it would be so sickeningly sweet for me. I love sweets, but like I definitely have a limit, and I think this would exceed it.
You've found it.
Yeah, I think so. There's just so much going on. It's not for me. That's all I'll say. It's nothing personal, of course. Oh, and did any of us come up with names for our Sundays? Are we going to go with Mario's surprise?
Mario's surprise seems pretty good.
For Mario's
surprise. I was either that or Sundae Mania.
Sundae Mania is good. I like Sundae Mania.
I think caramel crunch works for me because I've got caramel and pretzels and nuts. And that works well.
I would want to get brownie somewhere in your name because especially since that was your first pick.
Caramel brownie crunch.
Yeah, there you go.
Done.
Now you're talking.
Sold.
And I think I'm just gonna go for like classic
Daniel's
Sundae.
pirouette.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect pirouette or something like that.
Perfect. I like that. Yeah. Perfect pirouette.
Of course, though,
nice.
For our bonus poll, we'll do who has the best name or something, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it does always come down to the Twitter vote to determine who really won this draft. So please hit us up over at DraftedPod on Twitter. Let us know what you think of our draft. Whose picks were bad? Whose picks were great? What picks should we have taken that we completely forgot about and just left off our boards entirely? Let us know in the Drafted Discord. And then also, support us on Patreon if you're able and willing. We really appreciate that so much. Big thanks to everyone who has supported us over there already. We really do appreciate it and love you all so much. Mario, now it's your turn. You have the floor. What would you like to promote? Please promote yourself and the Friggin Nerds Empire, of course.
Yeah, man. So yes, guys, you guys can find me over at twitch.tv/Friggin Nerds Media, where we do a lot of fun stuff there. We have a podcast of our own, Friggin Nerds Podcast, where we do nerdy stuff, man. We talk about all the nerdy Marvel movies, all the Star Wars, all the nerd content you guys love every Tuesday over there on Twitch. And we also end it with a draft, which is how we all met, really. That fateful day when Dan rated us and was like, wait, you guys doing a draft too? This is crazy. It's a match made in heaven. So you guys can find us there, Friggin Nerds Media. We're on Twitter at Friggin Nerds Media. Honestly, anywhere you can find Friggin Nerds Media, Facebook, Discord, all that good stuff. You guys can find us there for all the weekly content. You can find me on my personal Twitter at FrigginNerd_Mar, where I post a lot of nonsense there as well. And that's about it. And I got to say, before we go, I got to put you guys over. Because for a shoot, all joking aside, I was dying to be on the show because I appreciate the hell out of you guys. When it comes to content creation, there's a lot of us out there, a lot of us trying to make a name for ourselves, trying to do something. And it's, some people don't do it, right, where it's like, just lurking in the chat doesn't help your numbers. Just hanging out, being a part of a community helps out. And when you guys kind of joined us, rated us, you guys stuck around. You guys are in our community now. You guys are part of our fantasy football league now. You guys are, in the chat every week. You guys are joining the discussion, all that good stuff. So it's nothing but love from us to you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. So if there are any Friggin' Nerds fans listening today, man, support the hell out of these guys at the Drafted Podcast. They do the Lord's work, man. They have a great time. I know Dan does some streaming on the side as well. Go follow Dan, all that good stuff, man. I appreciate you guys so much for having me on this week. It's been a blast, and I hope to come back. And I would love to have you guys on. You guys filled in for me.
That's true.
And we subbed for you.
Yeah, that's right. We have not been able to do Friggin' Nerds with you yet. We were you.
And they sent me the stats, and there were 20,000 more listeners on that one than the ones after you came back. So.
It was an aberration. It was
a really weird outlier.
I knew I was the problem. I knew somehow I was the problem. But hey, you know what? Do what you can, man. But again, I appreciate you guys for having me on and supporting, and hope to do this again.
Yeah, no, it is completely mutual, Mario. We love you guys over at Friggin' Nerds. Y'all are great. And when we rated, it was love at first sight. I feel like we just knew we were destined to be. I always call it we're sister podcasts. The Friggin' Nerds are our sister podcast. Very, very spirited. So if y'all like us, definitely check them out. They're more news focused, like nerdy news. So
if you hear Daniel say he hates Marvel movies, and you say, "Man, that's a bummer," I would like to listen to people who like Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Then there you go.
Yes, 100%. But hey, that's
where I get all of my Marvel takes from. Is you guys,
even if you agree with me though, they're still great. I still enjoy all my time with the Friggin' Nerds. So definitely check them out. Mario, also, what is your personal Twitch? I know you've been streaming over on Twitch as well.
Oh yeah, I've been on Twitch for that was where it all started. Before Friggin' Nerds started, I was Tactical Panda 007. I do some streaming over there as well, some variety streams there, and sometimes we cross over with the Friggin' Nerds stuff, and so it's a fun time. So Tactical Panda 007. I stream there every once in a while, so come hang out there as well.
Yeah, go support Mario, and we'll put his links and the Friggin' Nerds in the Discord as well. Guys, thanks so much, Mario. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening, everybody. For Preston and myself, we will talk again next week.
Thank you for all the nice words, Mario.
Yeah, that was
so
so kind.
You can certainly